Alright guys, welcome back to WWE Rebookings, and now we're going to rebook WrestleMania 6. WrestleMania 6, the Ultimate Challenge, and it was on April 1st, 1990 in my hometown, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in the Skydome, which is now the Rogers Center. Boo. And the attendance, according to Wikipedia, 67,678. And let's go through the original card. We got 15 matches on here, including a dark match. Dark match, Paul Roma defeats the Brooklyn Brawler. And then the opening match on the main card, we got Rick Martel defeating Coco Beware. We got Demolition, Axe, and Smash defeating the Colossal Connection of Andre the Giant and Haku. We got Earthquake defeating Hercules. We got Brutus the Barber Beefcake defeating Mr.Perfect. We got Bad News Brown versus Roddy Piper, ending in a double countout. We got the Hart Foundation defeating the Bolsheviks. We got the Barbarian defeating Tito Santana. We got Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire, baby, with Miss Elizabeth defeating Randy Savage and Queen Sherri. We got the Orient Express defeating the Rockers. We got Jim Duggan defeating Dino Bravo. Ted DiBiase defeating Jake the Snake Roberts. Big Boss Man defeating Akeem. I'm thinking of Hakeem Olajuwon, my fault. Then we got Rick Rude defeating Jimmy Snuka. And we got the WWF and Intercontinental Championship winner-take-all main event. The Ultimate Warrior defeating Hulk Hogan. Alright, guys, so just looking at this card was solid, but I just feel, there's some matchups they could have got wrong, and there were some angles they could have paid off. Like, I'm going to get into it, but like one example is Tito versus Rick Martel. They could have paid that off here. And yeah, they just had a lot of filler, Hart Foundation only fought for 19 seconds. I thought they deserved better. And yeah, so there's some things that we gotta fix around. Roddy Piper, I thought he deserved a better match as well. So yeah, let's get into my card, WrestleMania 6. Alright guys, before I get into it, I just want to let you know there'll be no video on this one in terms of like me speaking. It's just gonna be audio, and yeah, just to edit faster, and it's kind of taking long to upload like the videos that I filmed. So we'll just go straight up audio for the rest of the series, just so we can get these out more faster for you guys. So let's start off WrestleMania 6. Let's start off with the opener. Jim Duggan versus Bad News Brown. Again, I thought Roddy Piper deserved a better opponent, in my opinion. That's no disrespect to Bad News Brown. I know he was a great heel. So let's put a great heel against an over babyface, Jim Duggan. So yeah, it'd be a fun, hot opener. I'll give Bad News Brown the win. I mean, I don't really know how this rivalry would start. Maybe Bad News Brown could just, keep trolling Jim Duggan, saying, I got some bad news for you. And yeah, he can continue to make fun of Jim Duggan. You can continue to make fun of his patriotism in the USA and say, man, America sucks. That's the bad news and all that. So he could kind of be anti-American, but he's just more of an arrogant piece of, But yeah, fun match. Give Bad News Brown the win. Next match, the same match they had on the card. Big Boss Man versus Akeem. Again, this is just a natural progression of the storyline. That Big Boss Man, he deserved to finally get into the singles ranks. So having his blow off with Akeem only made sense, and they did have it at WrestleMania. And yeah, I'd have Big Boss Man win. Did he win on the real card? Let me double check. He did win. So yeah, same match. Big Boss Man gets to win, and he can start his little, mid-card run. And then another blow-off match, I'd have Tito Santana versus Rick Martel. Yeah, so we all know that what happened against the Brainbuster. Rick Martel, he left Tito hanging, and they could kind of like continue to build the storyline. They can. Rick Martel can try to apologize. They can make up for a bit, and in the next pay-per-view match they have, that's where Rick Martel actually attacks Tito, and actually injures Tito. Tito could be out for a bit, and Tito could make his return maybe at the Rumble and eliminate Martel. I think it would be a good hot feud. That's what WrestleMania is all about to me, is having payoffs to huge storylines, and storylines that people are invested in. This is a storyline people are invested in. Tito is very sympathetic. He's a great partner, and yeah, Rick Martel, it was a great heel turn for him as well to also enhance his new character. So pay it off at WrestleMania. Give Rick Martel the win as he, goes into the mid card. Tito's super over. He could put people over, no problem. So yeah. Next match, we got Demolition versus Andre the Giant and Earthquake. So I was really thinking about who Andre should face, because he was really hurt at this time, injured, he was getting up there in age. And even in the original match, he didn't tag in. So it'd be a similar match. I just replaced Haku with Earthquake. I just think when you think about the colossal connection, that should be it. Andre and Earthquake. And yeah, they could have the match, same match, Demolition wins. And then Andre turns face. He attacks Bobby Heenan. And Andre can retire, and yeah, great career. I was also thinking about Andre versus Earthquake, but I don't think Andre could have did a one-on-one match. I think he needed to do a tag match, because even in the original tag match, he didn't even get tagged in. So, yeah, that's how I'll book it. I'd have just Demolition versus Andre and Earthquake. Yeah, no titles on the line, because the next match, we got the World Tag Team Championship match, the Hart Foundation versus the Rockers. I felt this was a big match. They could have had at WrestleMania. I know they had this match on, was it Saturday Night Main Event or Superstars, where the ring broke. The Rockers actually did win the Tag Team Championship, because the match wasn't good because of the ring rope breaking. They didn't even air the match. So yeah, just have that match here and have the Rockers finally get the big one. I think it only makes sense, There's a lot of great tag teams who should have won the Tag Team Championship, and the Rockers are definitely one of them. It'd be a nice face versus face match, and also like the early glimpse of the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels as well, early glimpse of their feud. And yeah, I think it'll be a fun match. And the crutch of this with, the baby face. They're both baby faces, but the Hart Foundation can say, you guys can never win the big one when it counts. We're the best tag team and all that. And yeah, the Rockers would win. And yeah, so I think it'd be a good feel-good moment for the Rockers. And after that, they can shake hands. This is before the politics, before Shawn versus Bret. So it'll be nice to see in hindsight. Next match, we got Jake Roberts versus Ravishing Rick Rude. I think this match would be, again, good match. They did have a rivalry. I don't know if it was at WrestleMania. That was when Rick Rude was, he was trying to get in Jake Roberts' head. He was like putting his wife on, his picture of his wife on his tights. He was trying to flirt with his wife. So yeah, I don't know when that feud happened, but I have it here. Again, I think WrestleMania is about great rivalries. That one's very personal. And yeah, I'd have Jake Roberts get the win. And maybe his wife can come in and smack Rick Rude, just for a feel-good moment. And next match, we got Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Mr.Perfect. Same match that they had on the card. I'd actually have Mr.Perfect win, though. Brutus Beefcake won. And I thought Mr.Perfect deserved to win, because after this, I'd have him go for the Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, it'd be a similar match where, Brutus Beefcake says, "You're not perfect." Look at your hair, and Brutus Beefcake wants to cut his hair, and Mr. Perfect says, you know, I'll put my hair on the line, because that's how confident he is that he's better. And yeah, Mr. Perfect could win. Same match. And next match, we got Dusty Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase. I know they did feud. I don't know if it was before or after this, but to me, you might as well have this match at WrestleMania. It's a better match, in my opinion, than the mixed tag match. Sapphire, she's not really a worker, so I would not put her in a match. Yeah, and I think this is more of a natural rivalry. You got, the man living the American dream, the son of a plumber, Dusty Rhodes. He started from the bottom, basically, hard knock life, and we got $1 Million Man, living lavishly. He's got all the riches, he's got all the wealth. So it's a great contrast in characters, and I think the payoff would be great at WrestleMania. I actually give Dusty the win. I think, it's a feel good moment, and Ted DiBiase, at this point he probably wasn't gonna be main eventing, any longer. So I'd give Dusty the win. Feel good moment, and it only makes sense when you look at how their characters are. And the next match, to me, this is the biggest change I have, is Roddy Piper versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. So yeah, I was thinking about Hogan's greatest rivals, and yeah, Savage, he fought Warrior. He never fought Piper, though, on a pay-per-view. And I think, this only makes sense because Savage was the heel and Piper did come back as a face. So I thought these were the two biggest names, aside from the main event. Let's put them together and have a fun match. And yeah, I think Randy Savage, his character right now, he was King Macho Man, so he can be all arrogant, saying he's the best. No one in the WWF can beat him. Roddy can make his return and say, you know what, I'm tired of you, running your mouth, and I'm back, and me and you at WrestleMania. It could be as simple as that, and I give Randy the win. I think he was, staying around much longer. I don't know when Piper, he leaves again, I believe, so I don't know when that happens, but I give Savage the win, and I'd have him actually feud with the winner of the main event down the line, which I'll get to next year. And then we got the WWF Intercontinental Championship. The winner takes all. Hulk Hogan, the WWF champion, versus the Ultimate Warrior, the Intercontinental champion. This is another match where you got to keep the same. Just like Hogan, Andre, just like Savage, Hogan. I kept this the same, I don't think there was a better match to book. Both men were over. The only change I'd have is actually I'd give Ultimate Warrior the Rumble win. So, he kind of gets one on Hogan. So that's kind of how the feud builds, where, Warrior gets one on Hogan, and Hogan's, he's kind of bothered by that, and he makes a challenge. And yeah, I think it would be a great match. Well, it was a great match, so yeah. Again, it was a great atmosphere in Toronto. Fun match. Warrior gets to win, and it's the passing of the torch to the Ultimate Warrior. So, yeah, guys, that is WrestleMania 6. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm going to go run down the card right now. Let's go. We got Jim Duggan versus Bad News Brown. Big Boss Man versus Akeem. Tito Santana versus the model Rick Martel. We got Demolition Axe and Demolition Smash versus the Colossal Connection, Andre the Giant, and Earthquake. We got the World Tag Team Championship match, the Hart Foundation versus the Rockers. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Ravishing Rick Rude. We got Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. We got Dusty Rhodes versus the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. In the semi-main event, Roddy Piper versus the Macho King Randy Savage. And in the main event, winner take all WWF and Intercontinental Championship, we got the Immortal Hulk Hogan against the Ultimate Warrior.